Hey, I started this video. I was like, bro, what am I even say? You know, but it's like, man, I can't even help being excited. What's up? What it do? It's Young Hockey, and I'm here to do a review on One Piece 1001. It's kind of crazy. Like, I never thought a manga would get to chapter like 1,000 chapters. Like, I know that gotta be a pain to read all at once, but also it's probably a good catch up. Yeah, but anyway, let's get started. If you can't tell, I'm kind of quiet because this is super late. This chapter just dropped a couple hours ago. Sorry. Um. So, first off, Red Rock, it definitely damaged Kaido. Um. So, like, I don't know, like if it damaged him, like, uh, all we can say for sure is it damaged him. I don't know, like if it's in terms of like Red Hawk damaged Doflamingo, but like, did it damage Doflamingo? You know what I'm saying? So that's something to keep in mind. But like, even still, like they weren't able. Nobody was able to damage Kaido. Not the Scabbards. No, not none of the supernovas. Nobody. Like people could like they could cut him or like leave like the Scabbards left. They made him bleed and stuff like that. But it's like they didn't really do anything. You know what I'm saying? He just washed them when it came time. But even though the Scabbards did better than I thought they was gonna do. But yeah, so he's closer. He's definitely creeping up there. He's obviously not a Yonko level because he can't take on a Yonko at 1v1. But I think with this chapter, he is moving more comfortably into first commander caliber, or like at the end of Whole Cake, he was definitively either at the top of second commander or at the very lowest possible of first commander. Now I think he's either in the middle or in the upper echelon of first commanders. I would say because like, well, I'm gonna get to like another point in my review, or like he's able to use Future Sight in battle now against a high tier. He showcased Rio, and we know he has Conquerors. Them is all three forms. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the comedy in this chapter was really good. Like it only had two like big sections, but like those two, like I don't know if you can tell, but like I haven't done a chapter review in a minute, but like speaking from personal experience, like I haven't been really impressed with One Piece post time skip. Like there's been moments, but like there's not like been like a section like other than the Reverie, but like that was like 5 chapters, and it was a bunch of like it was it was hype, but it was only hype because there was so many question marks. You know what I'm saying? And we never got none of those answered. So yeah, with this is like, so like I said, I haven't been impressed with it. I haven't been laughing at it. I'm a Sanji stan. I don't know if you can, well, you wouldn't know that, but my name on Twitter is Denzel Vinsmoke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a Sanji stan. All of his gags do not be hidden, bruh. Like the only time I thought like it was entertaining was like when like the Soba mask, like other all everything else, it ain't been it, bruh. Zoro getting lost, that don't be it, bruh. Like none of the comedy's been hitting, bruh. Post time skip, like not just with the big three or whatever, with everybody. Just in general, it hasn't been hitting. The story hasn't been hitting or whatever. But like this chapter was really good. The comedy, like I say try guy, sound like Luffy. Law shambled Luffy next to him, talking about like, yo, was Just he was basically letting this nigga know, like, yo, I was already going to do that, and that. So, and you making it look like I'm taking your orders now. You got this nigga kid calling you a lackey and stuff like that. Like, he got this nigga looking like a clown. It was funny, like all three of the reactions and like interactions with each other was funny, which is kind of like it's kind of like was that funny? Them all in Sabori like walking out like trying to bogart each other wasn't funny. It was just like super cool. Like this one was funny. I really like this. And like later in the chapter, like when they all was like trying to be the last one to touch the fire or whatever. All of that stuff was funny. I like that. Not gonna lie. But I mean, obviously the official. I don't think they're gonna call an official. I don't think they're gonna call each other scrubs because I'm obviously doing the scans. But I don't think they're gonna call them the scrubs. But whatever it is, like I'm cool with that. Um, like so after Luffy did the attack, you know what I'm saying, like I about to say Lufia, Big Mom and Kaido's kind of like basically have these internal monologues or whatever. He's basically, and especially Kaido, he's like, "Do you think you can stand up to me?" Like, basically like them, and it's like a back panel of a whole bunch of big names like past and present. You know what I'm saying? Like Odin, Whitebeard, Roger, Zebek, and Shanks, and I think I'm forgetting somebody else, but you get the point. And all I wanted to say to that is, I don't know if you watch my top 30, you'd know where I put Shanks, but yeah, this is basically just, in my opinion, confirmation of Shanks over Mihawk, because like Luffy did Rio, and what's his name? What was I trying to say? Like it was basically like a whole panel of people that have like he Oda, not Odin, but Kaido believes like that can tangle with him. Now, understandably, there are some people not on this list. Uh, Garp, Sengoku, Dragon. Garp and Sengoku, I'm talking about like Prime, not like now. Like, obviously, they would get washed now. I'm not one of them people, but like Dragon, I mean, like Sabo showcased Dragon Claw, and that's Rio. So obviously Dragon can use Rio, but he wasn't on the list or the panel or whatever. So it's like it's clearly just people that Kaido has went against. So does Mihawk have Rio? Probably, but I think like this is just more like in the story of One Piece. It's just more and more and more portrayal that wow, Mihawk is strong. I'm not trying to say he's not strong or nothing like that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But like, Shanks gets so much more portrayal. Like he gets like, it makes it seem like there's something different. Like even though Mihawk is like a swordsman, Shanks is a swordsman. Shanks got something that you know what I'm saying. Like he built different. So yeah, that's my kind of my whole thought on Mihawk Shanks debate. Also, like I was in the BDA, I was watching Brago's stream, so that's kind of why this one's coming out even later. But I didn't know that Toei did this because I didn't watch the anime episode of this. But apparently in Toei, uh, they were saying, or it showcased like the Thunder Bagua and Luffy is clashing. Like uh, what's his name? Kaido did Thunder Bagua, and then Luffy did something to clash it, and then I guess probably Thunder Bagua overpowered and sent them back flying or something, right? Okay, but in the manga, like it was clearly showcased to be a speed blitz. Like he was much down farther on the street, and then he speed blitzed Luffy and knocked him out. So in this chapter, he tried this Thunder Bagua again, and it's again showcased as a speed blitz. So I don't know if Toei's going to show that again, but whatever. If you read the manga, you know it's a speed blitz. Uh, Let me do Kid first. Oh man, Kid. All right, Kid got a lot of hype in this chapter, but with the late addition to somebody said in the chat of Brago stream, I like their idea a lot more. They were saying that, well, first it started with Braga was saying like he's not a big fan of like big mecha things, like you know what I'm saying, like big mecha like or Punk Rotten. I would assume he's not a fan of General Frankie either. I'm not a fan of General Frankie, so ain't no thing. But like big mecha things or big like just big fights like that, you know what I'm saying? Uh, and then somebody in the comment section or the live chat or whatever was saying like he wishes it was like he used Punk Rotten as like a stand. If you read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or watch it or whatever, like stands are like it's like a spirit essence basically, or like an ability that you got. It's like next to you usually, or some in a lot of cases or whatever. And I like that idea a lot. Even like I said, kids still got a lot of portrayal. You know, I think with the second edition of this, I think Oda is definitely saying Punk Rotten and Gear 4 on the same level. And it's like when they all attacked each other, them two attacked, and Law did room, which is like once Law is in his room, he's basically he's always been at that level. You know what I'm saying? It's like his fruit is so crazy. But yeah, I'm still looking for more from Kid because he didn't know Rio. Well, it's implied that he did not know Rio. Now, to be a top tier, I don't know if he had to have Rio because when I think about Whitebeard, I don't know if Whitebeard had Rio. I know that's a blasphemous thing to say. Listen, 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 listen. I think he was just I think obviously he had hockey, observation, conquerors. What do you have conquerors? I don't know, but yeah, I think he has all the basics. What I'm saying is, I don't think like I think Whitebeard was just a master of a like one of the most devastating fruits in the series. Like even without Rio, uh, the Goro no Mi or whatever has one shot capability. Offer it. Whoever eats it, one shot capability. You can punch somebody with earthquake. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it has one shot capability. So I don't know if he might have had Rio. He probably did, but I'm just saying like it's possible. So I was saying like that. I was saying that to say like Kid doesn't necessarily need to have Rio. He could just be like Whitebeard in that he could be a master of his devil fruit with just regular armament hardening, observation, and conquerors. But it still remains to be seen. He can learn it in the fight. You know, hockey blooms, blah 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 blah. Now that's the part where I eat. Zoro and Killer. Let me start off with saying I like their interaction. You know, um, Killer's like, yo, you got lucky I ain't have my strap with me, basically. You know, say like I ain't have my weapons. And then Zoro like he towards back like uh it wouldn't have changed nothing basically. Also, wait, let me back up. I want to add that out of nowhere, off screen, off panel, with barely seeing it in like a small amount of times, Zoro has Kinemon's Foxfire style, and I don't know how I feel about that. Just because like it wasn't showcased. Like if he gets it, then he gets it. You know what I'm saying? I won't go trip about that. That's not like a make or break anything. But I just wish I wish like it would have showed him like working for that instead of like it's been showcased like Zoro like while Luffy was training for his Rio, Zoro was training with the sword, and it looked like he was like training like to use his attacks basically get stronger. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about that, but regardless, him and Killer attack Kaido, bruh, bruh. This nigga, they got the scabbard treatment. They did nothing. Nil, zero, zero, nothing. They did no damage. Now, I was trying to explain this to niggas in the chat, and I think I did a little super chat, but it's whatever. I was trying to explain this. Niggas, Zoro stands and niggas in the community have been telling me, yo, Zoro, they retcon the Breath of All Things. Zoro has Rio, like Zoro would have, by that extension, learned Breath of All Things in Alabasta against Mr. One. Okay, let's say that's the case. Between the time left on pre-time skip, which would have been about probably half the time or even more, that's probably like 4 months left on there. And it's been about 2 to 3 months in post time skip. So that's 7 months. Combine that with the pause of 2 years. So now you're at 2 years and 7 months, which is almost 3 years. You're telling me a guy with 3 years of having the ability to use Rio, and he's not good using Rio? Because in the chapter, he's like, yo, I gotta draw more power from Enma. And it's like, okay, but if the Breath of All Things is Rio, then he should already have a proficient, which by the way, I understand, like, I'm not like trying to be too hard on Zoro, even though like, I'm a Sanji stan, because like, I think it being getting retconned to Rio, the Breath of All Things, is a bad thing because like that would mean Zoro knew Rio, which is advanced armament, before knowing armament, before anybody. But I digress. uh, but yeah, like I said, he didn't do any damage, bro. So yeah, we are going to start a dialogue. It's like nah. uh, is that it? Prediction for the next chapter. Also, it's on break next week. That's such trash, but it's the early new year, and they take a lot of like mangas take a lot of breaks in early new year, especially Oda, because this nigga the break master. So on break next week. But my predictions is I think it's more the same. I think it's either gonna be like more the same, like they're still trying different techniques and attacks, or because yeah, it's probably gonna be like that because he went big bad boss mode. He transformed into a dragon. Nobody likes that because he's just gonna bore breath us to death. That's not it. We have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for this nigga's high perform, bruh. We need to see this nigga's high perform. And I understand he's probably saving it to the later half of the fight, but bruh, we need it. That full zone, everybody in the Beast Pirates and full zone mess, that do not hit, bruh. I'm sorry. Some niggas it hit for it, some niggas it don't. And he one of the niggas that like if he did different techniques, then maybe. But bruh, all this nigga do is borrow breath. That do not hit. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Oh, so yeah, like I was saying, like he's probably not gonna like. I mean, like they're not gonna do any damage to him, but like it's just gonna be like, new attack this, new attack that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like nothing's gonna get resolved unless Big Mom steps in and like they try to bore a breath, and then like Big Mom comes in with like I forgot the giant attack. Oh my god, I'm such a fraud. But you know what I'm saying, the sword attack that she does. If she did that and like bore a breath was like following behind her and stuff like that, then we could talk. But yeah. Uh will I do another video after this? Probably. uh so yeah, update. I'm caught up on obviously One Piece, Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I'm probably gonna do a video of that right after this. Uh, an Ordinary. Probably gonna do a video right after Hardcore Leveling Warrior. I'm caught up on JJK. I'm caught up on. Like I said, JJK, One Piece. Whenever Tower of God comes back, Hardcore Leveling Warrior, and An Ordinary. So yeah, I'll review all of them, and on top of it, I also do My Hero Academia and Solo Leveling. I gotta get caught up on both of them. I will. And if Kiss Anime was still alive, then I would definitely do Record of Ragnarok also, because that show or that series is fire. I love the fights. But I gotta get a set in stone manga site that I use. But until then, I won't do that. But yeah. So if you like any of them series, hit a subscribe, hit a like. You know what I'm saying? If you like Apex or play Apex or Rainbow Six Siege, follow me on Twitch. Follow your boy on Twitter. And yeah. See you later.